To the podcast. Just search for Hancock and Kelley.
So multiple nominees to President-elect Trump's cabinet have faced threats of violence. Tom Homan, selected to enforce U.S. border policy, makes it clear where he stands.
I'll be honest with you, I have not taken it serious up to this point. Now that I know what's happening the last 24 hours, I'm not going to be intimidated by these people.
Trump transition spokeswoman Caroline Leavitt says authorities are looking into everything from bomb threats to swatting. The victims include Mr. Trump's HUD, Agriculture, Labor Secretaries, EPA, and UN ambassador nominees. Swatting is a prank meant to draw heavy law enforcement response, even a SWAT team perhaps, to a victim's home, expecting potential violence. There are new reports of Democrats in Congress now being targeted as well, Michael Kelley.
This is the world we live in, right? It just seems to be out of control. I don't know that there's a solution to this problem. There's crazy people out there.
John, what can and should be done about that?
There's a violence problem in our politics in this country on both sides, whether it be violent protesters, whether it be rioters at the Capitol, whether it be this kind of thing. And political rhetoric in this country is devolving into violence, and that is not healthy.
Do you feel like we're getting better at all? I mean, I thought the Democrat hand-wringing would be much more intense over Donald Trump than it has been. Now, maybe it's going to really kick in when he takes office. But there seems to be a détente right now. Or am I wrong?
I think that's what happens when you win, and you win handily. You kind of set a tone. From a Democratic perspective over here, it's awfully hard to be critical when this is what the voters have voted for. Now, once it starts to be implemented in, I think that's when you'll see a more heavy pushback.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. It's such a narrow House majority that Republicans have. It's going to get tricky.
The president-elect is talking tariffs a lot, and Mexico's president is talking back. Mr. Trump warned of a 25% tariff on all goods from Mexico if that country doesn't address the flow of migrants and illegal drugs across the border into the United States. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum responded with a warning that Mexico could retaliate with its own tariffs against the United States. The two later spoke on the phone, calling their discussion excellent and very productive, downplaying the tariff talk. John, why is Donald Trump so enamored with tariffs?
I don't know. I hope he is using it as a negotiating ploy to get Mexico more engaged in helping protect the border. If we follow through with 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico, it's going to have a profound impact a negative impact on our economy, I fear, and it's certainly going to be inflationary. But if he's using it as a negotiating tactic, then I wish him well.
Don't tariffs work as a negotiating tactic?
Potentially, but this isn't Donald Trump's first rodeo. We've been down it before, and the consequences of his previous tariffs were not good. And the same thing will happen here. But he ran on this. He's going to do it. Boy, and he continues to talk it. One thing he does is he tells you what he's going to do.
The most beautiful word in the dictionary, he calls tariff. Still to come, Eric Greitens wants to work for Donald Trump. That's only part of that story. And our quote of the week is from Vice President Kamala Harris. She hardly sounds done with politics.